Hi, people of the Philippines and people of the world. Hit the button below. And you will be subscribing to the Boy Abunda Talk channel on YouTube. Let's keep talking. Magandang gabi. And welcome to the interviewer. Welcome to the Boy Abunda Talk channel. Medyo may kainitan po. At mainit po talaga ang ating mga bisita at pag-uusapan ngayong gabi because I'd like to welcome the stars of the film A Girl and a Guy, which started to stream tonight on Upstream. We'll talk more about it. Please welcome Rob Gomez and Alexa Miro.
Hi po,
Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Nako, Tito Boy, thank you so much for having us here. We are so honored. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, Alexa. Rob, magandang gabi.
magandang gabi po.
Ilang na. Okay, guys, don't worry. Ito yung ating kinatatakutan lagi, di ba? The internet connections. But that's part of the story.
Yes.
Rob, magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi po.
Kaya natin ito. Magandang gabi rin. And say hello to your mom. Sabi mo, nangungumusta rin ako sa mami mo. Yes. I hope she's well. She's well? She's healthy?
Very well.
That's good.
Yes, very
That's
healthy.
good. I look forward to this. Kaibigan nating matalik ang mga producers nito. Don Monteverde is a very good friend of mine. Of course, Direct Eric Matti is one of the best. Is also a very good friend of mine. He is one of the best directors we have in the country. And ngayon meron ho silang pelikula na talagang couple of days ago, tanggap ko po yung kopya, yung tawag ho namin. I watched the film. Sabi ko siguro, I'll probably about 10-15 minutes dahil marami tayong trabaho. Abay, natapos ko po ang pelikula. Ganun ho, napakaganda ho ng pelikula. It's just beautifully crafted movie. It's an amazing, brilliant movie. Napakaganda po ng pelikula. It started to stream today, tama, Alexa?
That's right po, Tito Boy. Opo,
Alexa?
we're so happy na panood nyo na po pala
Started to
yung
stream?
pelikula.
Ay,
Yes
oo.
po, tonight.
Last night,
Pati mga linya, no, alam ko na. Kanina, last night, kagabi, napanood ko yung buong pelikula. And congratulations, napakaganda. You invite everybody to watch the film. Let's start here. Alexa, Rob?
Ay, hello po sa lahat. Nako, excited na po akong ipakilala ang aming sarili sa inyo sa aming first ever Upstream original, ang A Girl and a Guy. Of course, this is directed by Direct Eric Matti, produced by Reality Entertainment, Globe Studios, and Regal Entertainment. Panoorin nyo po yan ngayon na. Bilhin nyo na po ang tickets nyo via upstream.ph and buy from the G Movies app.
Rob, paano ba? Halimbawa ako, gusto ko mapanood ang pelikula. How do I do it? How do I access the Upstream app? Ituro mo nga sa amin.
we just go to the Upstream. It could be a website. There's an app too for G Movies, and you could pay through your through online. Everything's online now, so you just go with your GCash, your debit card, or your credit card, and then you just apply it with your phone number. So it's that easy, guys. Very easy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy. And the good thing about this is you pay a certain amount and then you can watch it with your whole family, with your squad, with your friends.
Yes.
And there's a
di ba tama
timestamp.
ko?
As
There's
many
a
times as
timestamp
you
to
like.
it. Mhm.
Right. I know. And you can, talaga, you can watch it as many times as you can within a period of
Within
time.
the timestamp.
Within a
Yes,
period of
po.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, yung galing naman.
It's for 24 hours or a few days, I think.
Okay. Would you know how much we be able to go to the... Do you have an idea, Alexa, Rob, kung magkano ang aming ibabayad para mapanood ang pelikula sa Upstream?
I think it's around 210 now. But there was a discounted price.
Early
on the
bird discount.
selling.
I think a week ago po na it was just I think it was just 185.
Yeah, something like that. 190, 185.
Mm-hmm.
But then now it's 210.
Ganda.
200.
Still very affordable.
No, but it's so worth
Very-
it. I mean, It's very affordable. It's so worth it. And then if you can watch it with friends, with family, napakaganda. Inuulit ko po ito. Napakaganda po ng pelikula. Ang daming mga mapupulot, ang daming takeaway, ang daming mapapagkwentuhan, ika nga. And let's start here. Palamang po tayo sa We will be okay. Huwag po kayong aalis. Okay, there. Rob and Alexa. Ito masaya di ba?
Laban.
Lumilitaw,
I wish we were in
lumulubog
person.
tayo sa screen. Okay,
It would be
sino
really
si
cool to be in
Raph?
person.
I know. Sino si Raph at sino si Fiona? Dito sa pelikulang A Girl and a Guy.
Si
Do you wanna
Fiona
go first,
po
Fiona?
ay isang millennial na aspiring writer-director na masiyahin. Alam niya, she knows what she wants in life and she has a straight arrow about how she's gonna go about it. Pero katulad ko po in real life, ako po ay 200% pagbigay sa lahat ng bagay sa career, sa pag-aaral, sa pagmamahal sa pamilya, kaibigan, at mas lalong-lalo na kapag dumating na dun sa pagmamahal mismo. Kaya po medyo naaalanganin tayo kapag tayo ay naka-heartbroken. And that is the journey that you're gonna see with Fiona in the film, how she's gonna continue to go for her dreams, if she's gonna fall a couple of times, but still go for it, and eventually, what's the most important decision that she has to make in the end.
Okay. And a wonderful ending of the movie, pero I'm not going to spoil it. Rob, sino si Raph sa pelikulang ito?
See, Raph is very simple. He's kind of an introvert. He's very comfortable in his own space, but then he realizes through time and really the heartbreaks, he has to grow up. He has to adjust to the world today in order to survive, or at least find himself in the end.
Yes.
Okay. Pasensya na po kayo mga kaibigan, nagkakaproblema lang tayo sa connection. Lumilitaw, lumulubog.
Narinig mo ba ako?
Naririnig
Konti.
naman.
Ako konti, naririnig ko, pero paputol-putol. Are you okay? Okay, so si Raph, sinasabi mo, ay simpleng bata. He's a simple
Yes.
young man. Alexa, balikan ko lang, in one of your interviews, you described your character as wasak ang karakter ko dito. Exactly what did you mean by that?
Totoo po yun, Tito Boy, kasi siguro po si Fiona ay katulad ko pagdating sa pagmamahal na parang most of the time, parang dinedepende po natin yung self-worth natin sa mamahalin nating tao. Kaya kapag nagbibigay ka po ng 200%, diba Tito Boy, wala naman ang matitira sa'yo. Kaya natatalo ka rin pagdating sa ibang bagay, yung career mo, nakakalimutan mo na rin yung kung paano mo alagaan yung sarili mo, naliligaw ka na kung anong landas, kaya talagang wasak talaga si Fiona dito. Marami po siyang mga bagay na sinubukan, marami po siyang mga pagkakamali pa bago niya talagang natutunan ang kanyang mga dapat matutunan. So katulad ko po, wasak po si Fiona, wasak na wasak talaga.
Diba?
Pero si Fiona at ako po ay parehas pong papunta sa landas na yon na alam na po namin kung paano mahalin ang aming sarili.
Okay, so without even having to ask you can, Alexa can actually identify with Fiona. Anong pagkakaiba pa ni Fiona at saka ni Alexa? Both of you are going into that stage of knowing, discovering. Pero ano yung pagkakaiba at pagkakapareho ninyo ni Fiona, Alexa?
Pagkakaiba po, halos wala po, Tito Boy, because this is something I always say in the press cons that she's pretty much like 90% me in real life. Siguro, paano po bang pagkakaiba? Meron pong isang eksena, Tito Boy, na napanood niyo po, na ginawa niya po sa beach, na natutunan niya po sa isang estranghero. And that is something I've never done in real life. Very minimal difference po. Parehas po kasi kami talaga ni Fiona na pati sa trabaho, super 200%, give it your all, focus, discipline, determination, passion, everything. And so there is definitely so much more of the similarities rather than the differences. Yeah.
No, but I want to go back to that scene in the beach. What are you trying to say? What you did, what Fiona did in the beach, is something that you wouldn't do as Alexa.
Um,
Hindi ka lalapit sa isang estranghero. You wouldn't initiate, a relationship or a meeting with someone you don't know.
Hindi po that exactly, Tito Boy. Siguro po yung part na
Ano?
inaya niyo po ako
Uh-huh.
na gumawa ng isang malaking bold move to just have fun and forget it all. Parang the hell with the world. Yun po yung hindi ko pa po nagagawa. Yes. Pero it's something that, we can always try.
Hindi,
It's always
hindi
fun
pa,
to try things.
yeah, okay.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa
Hindi pa.
nagagawa, but you're not saying you wouldn't do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Rob, okay. Banda tayo sa iyo, Rob. In,
Yes, po.
in terms of the character, like Fiona mentioned that particular scene sa beach with the foreigner, ika nga. Nung
Yes.
nakita niya yung dayuhan doon na napakagwapo, Do you, top of mind, ano yung favorite scene mo sa pelikula, Rob?
Favorite scene?
Don't ask me, dahil sasabihin ko sa iyo,
But
sabi ko, don't ask me, sasabihin ko sa iyo yung paborito kong eksena mo sa pelikula.
parang, I don't know if we have the same, but I think it would be my rage scene. Because,
Okay. Yung
there are times
sa may
that
balcony?
really-
Sa may
Yes,
balcony? Okay.
yeah. There are just times that
Uh-huh.
you really get so full or you get really so hurt. Like there's no choice but like to let it out. And accidentally, you take a little step too far sometimes.
Yeah.
Eksenang yun.
And you
Lela,
also forgot
tama
na
ba?
nasa
Oo,
Yes,
yun.
po.
That was a good scene. Oo, that was a good.
That means
Ako pa
a
naman,
lot.
pag nanonood ako ng magandang pelikula, naalala ko yung mga eksena. I remember the scenes. Oh, parang nasa pelikula, nasa isipan ko lagi yung mga eksena. Rob,
Talaga.
okay. In a particular interview, you were quoted to have said, during the pandemic, I have to have more. I wanna do more. Ang tanong ko, Rob, is this. Lalo na sa pandemya, di ba? Isn't this too much pressure on you at a time when we have been crippled by this virus? Shouldn't we just be coasting along just to survive? Is this the best time to dream? Yun yung mga katanungan ko base doon sa sabi mong, I have to have more, I wanna do more during the pandemic.
Actually, sir, it's not really into the pandemic. It's just that this type of time, I guess, since everyone got crippled during this pandemic, I guess it's just more of a realization for me that I just really, really want to be more.
Okay.
That I want to do a lot more.
Okay. So it has nothing to do with the pandemic.
Yeah, but
It has nothing to do with the
started there.
pandemic. As a
It started
you
there.
just feel na gusto ko.
It sort of got me into that mindset that
Okay.
I have to be great.
Okay. And that's really great. Pero Rob, tanong, ano ang hindi mo gagawin for fame and success? What wouldn't you do for fame and success right now in your life? Alam ko ang kwento, latag lang, Rob. Alam ko yung kwento na as a young boy, you didn't really dream to get, to getting into the business until you realize na pwede naman pala dahil lahat naman ng mga kamag-anak mo ay nasa industriya. But right now, with this wonderful, beautiful, riveting, compelling movie, ano ang hindi mo kayang gawin for fame and success?
I guess the thing that I didn't do in the movie. I was saved. But yun siguro po the more of what I did, I guess. Baka hindi
The
na po
more
mabot.
of what
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
he's trying not to spoil.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
did
no,
a lot,
we should swan. At saka,
but there are things that I didn't do
oo,
in the
I,
movie. So
no, but um, I know what you're talking about. It's a
yeah,
daring movie.
yes,
Pero
very.
hindi ako nagreklamo bilang audience na yung sinasabi mong hindi mo nagawa at hindi umabot doon ay hindi ng manonood. So that is a tribute of how honest, how beautiful performance was, di ba?
Yes, po.
Yun.
I didn't have to get
Medyo
there. I
meron
didn't
ng
have.
lag kami ni Rod ng konti.
Sorry po, sorry. I
But
didn't have
one
to
day,
get there
no. As an
before.
okay, one day as an artist, would you ever do it if it is something that you need to do with people you trust?
Well, I trusted this production and the director. That's why I put myself in this situation. That's why I said yes. But I don't know. Maybe in the future. But hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Okay. All right.
I'm not getting another job.
No, I understand. Alexa, in one of your interviews, also
Sorry, Tito Boy.
you there. We're back again. Alexa, maganda ito eh. Para tayong nagtataguan. Okay. Self-love. Alexa, pag pinag-uusapan ng self-love, when is self-love too much?
Wow, what a question, Tito Boy. Grabe po yun. When is self-love too much? Siguro po kapag nakakalimutan mo ng rumispeto rin ng ibang tao. So sobrang, siguro marami kang pinagdaanan na trauma that you want to respect yourself so much, and then you have that wall, and then you have that amount of confidence that you step on other people na. Pag nakakalimutan na nating respetuhin din ng ibang tao, because I think that will always be important. It will always forever be important to always respect the people around you. Doesn't matter kung andito po yung social status nila, kung ano man yung trabaho nila. Kung nakakagawa sila ng mali sa'yo o maganda, kailangan, para sa akin po, patas lang po ang kabaitan natin sa lahat ng tao. We should treat each other with respect and kindness. And so I think that that's where the lines get blurry when there's too much self-love, that you become egoistic, that you disregard other people's opinions or their views. It should be equal in my opinion po. Yeah.
Oh, medyo ano nga yan, medyo malalim. Pero now listening to you, not recognizing the presence of the other may just be an indicator of too much self-love. Because loving oneself, talagang napunta na kay Confucius, loving oneself is recognizing that just this love. Diba? I love that point. And then in another interview, your quoted have said that you are an actress who can go the extra mile. Ano ang ibig sabihin nun? And what extra mile is that?
Siguro po, Tito Boy, the first extra mile that I took is this movie. I never imagined myself doing this for a film, even though I've always had mad respect for this art, for this career, for this profession, and I believe that that's the kind of actress po talaga that I want to be. I always want to be fearless and bold, and will always trust the story. If I fall in love with the story and I believe in its intent, I will do whatever I have to do for the sake of art. Siguro po, when I say always the extra mile, gusto ko po talagang gawin yung mga takot na takot akong gawin. Yung hindi po ako sigurado kung anong mangyayari sa akin if I do this. But I will always be willing to take that risk, because that's where you grow. When you step outside of the box, when you leap into the unknown. So, siguro po dahil adrenaline junkie po ako, Tito Boy, in real life, that also applies in the choices that I make. And that's how I want to keep becoming as I go along po.
I love that idea. Great actors would talk about diving in fear, bringing that fear to that space when you do your art, because that's where brilliance and magic happen. Pag hindi ka sigurado, but you have so much respect for the material, you have so much respect for the script, but it is not tantamount to knowing exactly what's going to happen and what you're going to do. And when you just do it, di ba? Doon talaga lumalabas yung husay. And
Totoo po.
congratulations. Can you bring me back to that scene noong bumaba ka ng hagdanan, nandoon yung mapapangasawa kasama ang kanyang anak. I mean, take me, you have this scene, no? I mean, and you are beautiful, Alexa. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. Bumaba pa ka sa hagdanan, and then your future husband supposedly was down there with his daughter.
Mhm.
How was that? Napakasimple ng eksena, pero how was that?
What do you mean po? Like while we were shooting or in the movie na po mismo?
Yeah, I mean, while we were... No, before that, sandali ha. Rob, para we have a better conversation, I'd like to restart. I don't want people to miss out on this conversation because
Okay.
ako nga lang, nakikinig ako sa inyo, ang dami kong takeaway. You wanna restart so that our connection is good? So, aalis lang ko kami sandali, mga kaibigan. Please stay because we will be right back. We'll just be fixing our internet connections para magkarinigan at para maayos so ang aming pag-uusap. We'll fix it. Just, in a minute or so, we will be right back.
What?
Are you using different ano?
There na po.
Okay. Ano? No, I mean, like, okay, are we back? Are we better? All right, can we try it? Alexa, how are you? You okay?
I'm good po.
You're good?
Malabo po ba ako? Hindi naman po.
No naman. I mean, but there was that lag. Ikaw, Rob, how are you now?
Yes, sir. I'm very okay.
Tito Boy na lang? Okay, pagpatuloy natin ang pag-uusapan. I love that whole discussion kanina kasi about, diving in fear. Yun yung parating ginagamit ni Viola Davis na word. Diving in fear. You study your script and then you go to the set, action, you dive in fear. Because in that space of the unknown, in that space of uncertainty, for actors, that's where magic happens.
Yes, most definitely. I want to live my life by that quote.
Di ba?
I always want to dive in fear.
That's good, and that's basically what you were trying to say. Ikaw, Rob, meron kang sense na gano'n na pag sinabi ng go, bahala na si Batman.
Ganun po talaga. As in, ganun po talaga yung nangyari din sa akin actually from the start of the film because I didn't know what I was doing. I was so blank. I didn't have experience or whatever. It's just that I relied on the experience of the people around me, like Alexa, Miss Marina Benepayo, Derek Eric, and everyone else, because they've had more experience than me, and it was a very humbling and learning experience. So I'm just very thankful. I'm here.
At saka, Rob, not knowing is the beginning of knowing. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yun nga
saying?
po.
It's not knowing, it's the
Eh,
beginning of knowing.
I took the leap and
Yeah,
I
right.
landed.
Ang
That's
swerte nyo
good.
is because you were surrounded by some of the most brilliant people. You had Eric, Matti there. You had, excellent people surrounding you. I want to go back to that scene just before we took a very, very short break because of our internet connections. Alexa, yung eksena sa hagdanan, I know it was not a passionate scene. It was just you coming down the stairs. Of course, mga, mga kaibigan, you have to see that scene because it's really a daring, daring scene. Pero nare-realize ko, I've been doing interviews for a long time, and I have watched people do movies. Yung mga pinakasimpleng eksena, minsan ang pinakamahirap gawin. Take me to that shoot. How was that? Was that scary? How did you make it so natural?
Tito Boy, actually, paano po ba? Nakakakaba po siya. Of course, all of the scenes where we had to bear ourselves, where we had to show everything na Direk Eric made a lot of people leave the room for that stair scene. And it was just the daughter and Carlo, my fiance in the film.
That's right.
But I was afraid. Yeah, to be honest, I was afraid because the daughter, she had only come in that day. Parang
Tama.
ay, hindi ko po siya kilala, hindi ko pa po siya nakakapalagayan ng loob, tapos biglang boom. So it was a little bit scary for me, and I didn't want to be inappropriate in whatever sense, but in whatever way. But yeah, she was very nice naman po. Pagbaba po ng hagdan ay naka-robe ako, nakabantay lang din po yung mga stylist na ready po akong i-cover every time na mag-take. Going down, paano po ba siya naging natural? I feel like I was very much into the scene. I totally forgot about being Alexa. I was just Fiona. I was just getting out of bed, already liberated because I have picked up something from, Emilio, the guy I met from the beach. It's what I learned, and that is why I was in that state. So, naging normal lang po siya sa akin, at si Carlo po ay very maalaga po na aktor, very professional din po, na pagbaba ko ng hagdan, naglalakad ka lang. It's normal. It's like how
Okay.
everyone does it abroad. And when she looked at me, I was a little bit shy. But yeah, it didn't show naman po, thankfully, in the camera. Sumigaw po siya, pinapractice niya nga po yung mga sigaw para mas tunog po na nagulat po talaga siya o natakot. At tinakpan ko naman po agad yung sarili ko. And it was actually a really, really fun scene. A lot of people commend us for that scene, even though it's very, subtle. It's not really a big scene, pero tulad nga po ng sabi ni Tito Boy, it was a natural scene na parang pati yung reaction po ay natural po.
Ang magandang sinabi mo, I was too much in the scene. That takes a lot of gift. It's a skill, it's a craft. Dahil hindi namin kaya yon. Pero I'm not talking about Alexa, I'm not talking about Rob. Sinasabi ko po sa ating mga audiences, this is a film that unpretentiously have a lot of frontal nudity from women and men. So I was warned that I was going to watch this kind of a movie, but I wasn't shocked. Hindi rin dahil sa hinanapan ko ng konteksto ang bawat eksena. Nangyari lang. Nandun lang. Pinapanood mo. A lot of scenes are really daring. Katulad halimbawa yung eksena mo, Rob, sa sofa with Bea, who was, tama ba ko, Bea, who was a virgin
Yes.
the film. And you do something that's really talagang daring. Take me to that scene. Oo, take me to that scene. Nag-usap ba kayo ni Bea doon?
Well,
Nag-usap ba kayo?
Well, of course, there was consent. We planned it out in our heads. But then it was well choreographed. And yun nga po, onti lang din yung tao dun sa scene. So, yeah, it was very well choreographed. We just listened. I thought of what I should be doing and what should be shown. And she thought what she should be doing. And then we just went for it.
Yeah. Sensual, very sensual scene.
They also
Very,
had
very.
mutual consent, Tito
Ano,
Boy.
Alexa? I'm sorry.
They also had mutual consent of what they can and
Of
cannot
course.
touch.
Of course. Napag-usapan.
Hindi,
Nasa
pero
kanya mo namang alam mo may respeto yung director, pero come on, I mean, let's be honest. It was wild in a good way.
It was very
It
wild,
was
very wild.
wild in a good way. In
It
a
was
good way.
wild.
May wild ba in a good way? I don't know.
There is.
Meron naman, no? No, I mean,
Meron.
in the context naman of the storytelling, hindi ka magtataka kung bakit. Ang ganda eh. Like, Rob, that scene, for example, you had with the other girl who accused you of, this is not a
Rape.
spoiler anyway, but yes, I know. Yung pagtalon niya, were you in a bathroom? Were you in a
Yes.
bathroom? Nasa toilet
Yes,
ba
in the
kayo nun?
cubicle
That
po.
was,
Opo.
choreograph yun?
Choreographed din po yun. It was very on the spot with Direct Eric. That was like a really nice night for me because I saw him work. I saw him how he changed everything from the start of that scene. He placed us there everywhere, and then he was just like, "Oh, alam ko na." Ganito. So, okay. Sige,
Galing ng
Direct.
pagkagawa,
Sige.
no? Galing ng
Kaya ko
pagkagawa.
yan. So, tapos may yung sink, masakit sa
Uh-huh.
likod. Sacrifice na lang po. Yun nga po, tiniis ko at sinalo ko talaga siya.
I know, we saw that. Hindi pwedeng
Sacrifice.
dayain yung eksenang yun di ba? Hindi.
Sacrifice.
At saka, I'm sure, guys, you feel so blessed to have had the chance to work with, a great director like Eric Matti.
It was very fun.
Di ba?
Very fun. Yes po.
Sobrang-
Galing. At saka siguro ang dami. So, in terms of preparation, in your interviews, you would say na hindi kayong dalawa nagkaroon ng mga sensuality workshops because Eric wanted it raw.
Yes po.
Oh, but you had rapport. Meron kayong, di ba, there was that chemistry. Did you know each other prior to the movie?
No
No.
po, we didn't.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oo,
It just-
because I know some of your friends, Rob. Kilala ko rin ang iba mong mga kaibigan sa tunay na buhay, Alexa. Pero mamaya na natin pag-usapan sila. So I was just
We know
thinking,
of each other. I know of her po. I knew of
you
her.
knew of
I knew
Alexa.
of her.
Did you know
Yes.
of Rob, Alexa?
Yes po, a little bit. When they
A little
told me
Okay.
who was gonna come in, I tried to keep an open mind. That blank lang po talaga. I was ready for anything he was gonna bring to the table, and it was super nice to meet him. Kasi just like that, we clicked din po. We clicked.
Alexa, dito sa pelikulang ito, are you a woman? Are you fluid? Are you how did Fiona identify herself?
Fiona, I think, is straight, but she tried to be fluid at 1 or 2 points in her journey in the film. And yeah, it's pretty much like me po in real life. I've also experimented in that department, but
Okay.
it can be for me or not for me. Yun po. Yeah.
Yeah, how is it to kiss a girl? And what is the difference? No, but without having to spoil the movie, but what is the difference between kissing a girl at yung pakikipaghalikan sa guy?
Okay. With guys, it's always hot. It's always
Okay.
hot, as long as the guy is
Alright.
a good kisser, of course. With girls, it's
And what is I'm sorry, Alexa, but what is a good kisser for a guy?
a good kisser for a guy is most definitely someone who doesn't just roar or like envelope his entire mouth on you.
Okay.
Knows how to be gentle, knows how to start, move his lips in synchronization with yours, knows when to put his tongue in, and when it sinks, that is the best
Okay.
best ever. It doesn't have to be rough. It also doesn't have to be super slow or super soft.
Okay.
Just the right balance.
All right, as opposed to a woman, you were about to say kanina.
As opposed to a woman, I've only kissed women for fun when we're drinking. Tapos, go for it for fun lang as a joke. And it's always, oh my God, yeah. I remember the feeling just now. I remember. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun because women's lips are always so soft. We have the softest lips, mga women. So it's fun more than anything. And I don't think I've ever gone past the idea of it being fun.
Wala naman talagang formula because people might say that we're trying to define what a good kisser is. Kanya-kanyang preference. Merong
Yeah.
gentle, like you like them gentle, but some people might like them a little rough, a little
Yes.
wet, a little dry, whatever that is. Kanina habang sumasagot ka, si Rob was doing this way. Rob, I have two questions. If Fiona, if Alexa in her life nag-experiment, did you experiment? I mean, ikaw as a young boy, as a young man, And what is a good kisser for you?
Hmm. I've never experimented. Not in
Okay.
that sense. Not in that sense. But with
But in
opposite
another
sex.
sense, what sense
In
is it?
another
Not
sense.
in that
All
sense.
shapes and sizes. Parang ganun.
I'm
All
sorry,
walks of
I didn't get
life.
that.
Of course.
I'm,
Well, I appreciate beauty, and of course, if you're beautiful, whatever, or whatever race, or from what walk of life you are, you're beautiful, and I would appreciate you. And what is a good kisser? I guess it's a good kisser would be all of what Alexa mentioned. The slow, the fast, the rough, the hard, the soft, the wet. I think that's a good kiss.
okay.
When you just mix it
Okay.
all around, and just yeah.
And you also become sensitive to your partner. Malalaman mo naman kung anong gusto ng partner mo, 'di ba? Yung
Of
preference ng
course, you
partner.
read it.
It's not just about you. It's also about, your partner.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Okay. Si Eric talks about a guy and a girl. Mga kaibigan, you can start to stream this movie right now. I mean, after this conversation, or um, he says this is about love, this is about sex, this is about dating, relationships, friendships, loneliness, dreams, etc. Pagdating ba sa pag-ibig, itong henerasyon yun, this particular generation, kasi I was reading a material where Eric said, nauuna ang sex, and then you get to know each other. Is sex in a relationship part of the getting to know stage, or you have other ideas? I just want to know.
Who goes first?
That's not always
Ladies
the
first.
case po, I think, Tito. But I'm so sorry, Rob.
No,
No,
ladies
no,
first.
go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Alexa.
that's not always the case, I believe. It can or cannot be part of the getting to know process. Pero I believe that it's very important in a relationship. Sex is very, very important, but that will depend on the connection that you guys have. If you jive, if you are compatible with each other, then sex comes, naturally. And then that's when, it's a very, very important part of the relationship talaga. It's an important mix, and the relationship is not going to work, in my opinion, without your sexual compatibility. Something
Okay,
I learned
okay.
also just recently po, pero with the getting to know, depende po sa tao. I have respect for whether you want that in the getting to know stage or for later on. It's up to you.
That's a choice that
Depends on
people
the
make.
person.
Diba?
Yes.
That's a choice that people make, because you talk about compatibility, you talk about emotional, intellectual, financial compatibility, and many others. And people will always say there should be the sexual component. Pero sa pelikula, I was surprised because Bea didn't want to have sex with you, with the character of Raf, because in spite of the hot, noisy, you know, uh, la- how do you call that? Making out, she wanted to retain her virginity. Tama ba ako, Rob?
Yes, po. She was, um, I guess, holding on to it, trying to hold on to it when she knew she was about to lose it, but she just,
Yeah. So hindi
composed
mo rin
herself.
pwedeng sabihin, Rob, na dito sa henerasyon na ito is a formula that, we can just have sex and then get to know each other. There are young people, there are millennials or Gen Zs, for example, who would say, no, I want to be a virgin. We can make out, but that's not sex. Tama ba yun? We can make out, but we can't have sex because I
I
want to be
guess
a virgin.
not in that aspect itself, maybe, but it is applicable, maybe in a different situation. But I think, like what Alexa said, it's with this generation now. I guess we're just stuck on that idea that sex is good, sex is everything. But then I'd like to say at times that to women that chivalry is not dead. So there are still people who still want to, you know,
To be
retain.
chivalrous, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There some guys would still go out of their way and make a really good effort to show you how they like you, and sex may come after.
Yeah. Okay. Ako naman, ang pananaw ko after watching the movie and getting to know young people like you, it's very dangerous to generalize. That it's dangerous to actually say, no, this is the behavior of this particular generation, because ang pananaw ko, itong henerasyon naman na ito, mahanap siya ng purpose. You know, I know a lot of young kids and they talk about purpose, they talk about legacy, they talk about relevance, etc. And I'm not saying that sex is not important, but all I'm saying is it's dangerous to generalize the sexual attitudes of young people today to say that it doesn't mean anything because it does.
It
Because it
does.
does,
It does.
di ba?
As
Ang mas
It takes away
naririnig ko,
something.
yeah, ang mas naririnig ko nga ngayon yung parang what is my purpose, di ba? Yung
yes, more than
what is my
anything, yes.
purpose, di ba?
Mhm.
Parang ano ba ang anyway, but Fiona, in one of your conversations, I think it was your birthday scene in the movie. Lovely, lovely scene, lovely house. I love the party.
Yes.
Napakabagyo, di ba?
Opo.
Napakabagyo. A beautiful, beautiful scene, no?
Ganda.
Yung, you know, you in your conversation, di ba, humiwalay kayo sa crowd, and then you guys just talked to each other and started to get to know each other. And you said where you were getting stuck, the world stops, malingat ka lang kapag napag-iiwanan ka na.
Iwanan ka na.
Take
Yes
take
po.
me there. Take me there, Alexa Fiona.
Oh my gosh, that's one of our most favorite scenes in the film. Sobrang galing po nung writer namin, Miss Ange Preshumal, and of course si Direk po and si Miss Michiko, sa lahat po ng tumulong, mga line producers. Thank you so much. We absolutely love that scene. That was, I think, about 7 minutes without cutting. Wala pong cut siya na 7 straight minutes, and we were so excited to do it because, iba po siya sa lahat ng eksena sa pelikula that was very risky or daring. It was a very, very genuine scene between
Quiet,
Fiona
quiet conversation. It's
Very.
a very quiet
Yeah.
very
conversation.
quiet
From the heart.
conversation. Yes, na
Right.
parang kung may maingay man is our thoughts and our hearts. Yun yung nag-iisang maingay na parang nagkapalagayan lang kami ng stranger and we let those voices and our feelings out there without thinking about whether I trust this person or not, without even considering will I
Right.
see this person tomorrow again or not. And I think, yeah, di ba, Rob, na parang at more than one point during shooting the scene, I think we also forgot
Yeah,
that we
it
were
was just like
Fiona and
me and
Raph.
you talking. Yeah, it was just like we were just talking to each other.
Hindi, pero
yeah,
dalawang points of views, and that was really interesting. You're talking about getting stuck. Samantala, sabi ni Raf, your character Rob was, let's not rush, and everything I do is wrong. Napaka
Yeah.
mapuso. I remember that scene because that would really resonate with a lot of young men. Everything I do is wrong.
it's actually
felt
how we
that.
feel.
I felt
Parang the
every
line
line.
ferment for us.
Okay. Right. And then it happens. And then I also like your discussion, your conversation about the pandemic. The loneliness is telling us, the pandemic is telling us to, the universe is telling us to rethink, everything. I remember that line. It's so uncertain. And then there was that question, my future pa ba? Talk about it, Rob.
Well, I guess we were talking about if what will happen to the world or what will happen outside of what we were talking about. So or baka may future pa ba kami? If walang pandemic, parang ganun po yung tanong ko sa kanya. May future pa ba?
Yeah. And then there was also another line. Yeah, I know, Alexa. There was also another line that was really beautiful. I'm choosing myself.
Yes, yes. Actually, Tito Boy, to be honest with you, the pandemic is what made me cry when I first watched the film. I thought I would cry kasi po kakagaling ko lang po sa relationship. I'm recently single, pero doon ako umiyak sa pandemic when it was about choosing ourselves na. As soon as, we started focusing on how to move about this pandemic because it was a very, it was a very important it's a very important time for all of us, everyone, like until now, how we rose from the closing businesses, losing our jobs and whatnot, and maximizing what we can do at home, believing in what else can we do, ay kaya ko pala to, ay pwede pa pala bumalik dito sa original love ko, which is what I also told Rob, maybe it's time to go back to our first love. And it's just one of my most favorite scenes in the film also, when I said I'm choosing myself and we were helping each other to choose ourselves, and I think that brought about a very, very beautiful friendship, and that's why everyone was rooting for us to be together in the end.
That was a beautiful line. It was a strong line. Somebody is just commented, Tito Boy, but kayo English ng English. You know the reason why we're speaking in English because we have audiences from different parts of the world.
That's
Pero
true.
wag po kayo mag-alala, hahaluan ho namin ng Tagalog.
Magtatagalog na po ako.
I'm
Magtatagalog
always
na po.
conscious. I'm always conscious that the internet has really blurred the borders. So we have people watching from the Middle East, we have people watching from many parts of the world. But thank you po. Thank you for your comment. That was a very strong line nung I'm choosing myself. Kiraf naman, tinamaan ako dun sa tanong, what do you really want? Diba?
Yeah, it would
No, but
be
before you answer that, sabi ni Alexa kanina, Rob, she's single. Are you single?
Yes po.
You
Just
are, okay.
recently single also. Recently single also. Nauna po ako kay Alexa actually. Nauna ako sa kanya ng
Nauna.
ilang araw. Ilang araw ba? Linggo. Tama ba ako?
Araw lang.
Totoo.
Ano o linggo? Linggo ba?
Linggo naman.
Ano lang eh.
Linggo naman.
Linggo ba?
naman.
Okay.
Okay,
Ina-update ko
that's-
po kasi siya eh. So,
That's for another interview. We'll talk about relationships and we'll talk about other things. But let's go to that question. What do you really want? Ang strong, no?
yeah, I remember that line very, very well. Because it was like, it's striking to me. Because I was saying it as a character, but then it was, every time I say it, it's like I'm asking myself talaga, what do I really want? Where am I going? What do you want to do? Who do you want? Who do you want to be? It's always been a big question for me, lalo na po recently, because I've been trying to figure everything out since I'm trying to compose myself. I'm old enough, and everyone's just this movie has been very helpful on a career. It's giving me a career path, something to look forward to, and just take it day by day. And I guess what I want is gonna come when I figure out what I want to do.
And it's
Or who I
something that
want.
evolves, Rob. By the time you realize that what you wanted when you were 20, and when that thing happens, you realize that you want another thing. So
You don't
being
want
able
it
to ask
anymore.
when you're able to ask questions like, what do I want? Where I'm going to go? It is necessary because you're able to take a few steps backward and look at your life and say, okay, this is where I am. The important thing is, ito yung natutunan ko. There was this book of Anderson Cooper, Dispatches from the Edge. Sabi niya, alam mo ang pagkakapareho natin sa mga pating? Ang mga pating pala, nabubuhay lang when they swim forward. They get air through their fins, but they can't move backward. You always have to move forward. So asking questions, I think, is a move forward. What do I want to do? But the answers, because we evolve, continually evolve, diba? You get the answers, and you have new
Very much.
questions, you get answers, and then it's a process. It's a whole journey, and I think that's why life is so exciting. Alam niyo pa kung anong pinakagusto ko, mga kaibigan. You cannot miss this movie. The other reason why I love the movie, the soundtrack is
Oh my God.
amazing.
Yes.
Yes,
Ganda.
yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yes, it was through the
Ganda
roof. Love best.
talaga, ganda.
Yes,
I don't know where
yes.
that line came from. Yung, I know you're tired but never alone. Ganda.
Grabe.
Ito yung mamalapit na yung eksena, Rob, nung namatay si Hero. And the song was, Tulog
Si
na,
Hero,
mahal ko.
oo.
Ang sakit din
Bumigay
po.
ako doon.
Tulog na ako. Sa Intus Tagalog lang, yeah.
Ganda nung eksena. Ganda nung
Did you
inilibing
like it
mo.
po?
I love that scene. I love that scene.
Umiiyak po talaga ako. Grabe po talaga. Kasi I love dogs.
And
Yes.
I love
ganda.
dogs po. And it was very hurtful.
Ganda.
Ibang klase
Ang
po yun
ganda
na
to.
ko nun. Habang ginagawa ko yun, parang inisip ko, may aso talaga. So,
Congratulations.
iba-iba.
It's really, really, really a beautiful, riveting eksena. And then I love also the scenes on the vegan thing, no? Because I've a lot of friends are vegans, and I could relate to the scenes. Ganda. Fiona,
Did you like my joke?
I la which one is this? The pero hindi naman masyadong tinawa. Well, you have to watch the movie about the joke of Raph. Kailangan. Pero alam niyo yung isa ring eksena na pinagusto ko, yung pinag-usapan niyo na si Carlo, yung sinasabi mo na safe and secure ka kay Carlo. Tapos I liked it, Raph, when you said, again, this is a commentary again on the general ideas we have about young people. Sabi mo, kilala mo ba siya? You've only known him for 4 months. Remember that scene?
Yes.
Oo, na sinasabihan mo siya.
Yes.
Yung knowing.
We love that scene too.
You love that scene. Ganda,
We
no?
also really love that scene very, very, very much.
Ganda ng eksena.
It was
Ganda
so
ng
fast. Yeah.
eksena. Yeah.
Parang
Ang
one take lang yata yun, and then one
May
take.
halong selos po.
Oo. Ganda.
Opo.
Sa
May
tunay
halong
na buhay
selos
ba?
na.
Selos na. Go ahead, Rob.
Ano yun, Rob?
May halong selos na po yun.
May halong
opo.
May halong selos na si Raph. Raph, hindi si Rob.
Si
May halong selos
Si
na.
Raph.
Oo.
Si Rob
Na-
din po.
Kayo bang dalawa, you've become very, very close and you did intimate scenes. You know, you were in the same place. You know, filmmaking is really very intimate.
Yes,
Were there moments, Rob, when you started to like Alexa on a different level?
What's not to like, Tito Boy?
Oh,
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
I know.
She inspired me a lot. She
Right.
taught me a lot too. I mean, she was based on the
Taught you a lot in what department? Yes, now I can hear you. Yes, Rob.
Ayun po. Tito, right?
Yeah,
She's
we can hear.
beautiful. She's talented. She's very well trained with script reading, which inspired me a lot. She taught me a lot on some basics that I should know, how to practice my lines and everything. And we were just very professional about everything. And
No, that's what
I have a huge
Rob, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's go beyond the professional. Was there 1 second in the filmmaking process that you looked at her with? I'm sorry for the word. You looked at her differently. You looked at her with, God, I don't want to say this word, with desire.
Oh, she's gonna like to hear this now. Okay. If I'm gonna answer you with my whole heart, yes, but I have. I was just amazed because she's just really good. She's great. She's beautiful. That's the first thing you notice on the different sex. Syempre, you get attracted physically first, and then you get attracted with the ugali on how the brain works, right? So it was just mesmerizing for me.
No, it's
Up
a
till
whole
now,
package.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this is exactly what we talk about when
look
we
at her,
say,
right?
I know. It's a whole package. It's the whole pagkatao. It's a whole character, Alexa, ikaw, how did you look at Rob?
Yes.
I mean, how did you look at Rob? I mean, do you find him sexy?
oh my God. Hot seat tayo, Tito Boy. I actually, maybe I already put it in my head ever since the beginning that I wouldn't or should not find him in any way sexy, because in the beginning of shooting the films, we were both in committed relationships po. So
Right.
I didn't entertain that idea in my head, but working with Rob, and if I have to answer this honestly, yes, most definitely, very sexy po. Malakas po yung charisma ni Rob.
Totoo.
Malakas ng sex appeal niya. Also
Pareho
with how
kayo.
Thank you so much po. Kung paano rin po siya makitungo with everyone, he's always very charming, very sweet to everyone. Hindi po namimili si Rob ng kung kanino siya magiging mabait, even with our makeup artists. Very, very sweet. Good morning, Ate Erica. Hug agad. And the attitude for me of a person makes him very, very appealing with how
Alexa, what I'm loving about this conversation is that I love your movie. Panoorin niyo po mga kaibigan, A Girl and a Guy. I love the movie. And then I'm doing this conversation with you, and I'm loving what you guys are talking about. I'm loving the takeaways, the insights I'm getting from the both of you, and I am pleasantly. I don't want to sound. Wait, how do we go about this? I am truly pleasantly surprised at the discourse that you're offering me and our audience on how it is to be just you. Ang dami-dami naming natututunan, and the more that I would invite everybody to watch this movie, not because this is produced by my friends, but napakaganda pong pelikula, A Girl and a Guy. You know, there's another line, hindi ko palalampasin. There's another line in the movie that I remember. I'd rather commit mistakes now than later.
Oh,
Ganda,
yes.
no?
Sobrang ganda po. Sobrang ganda po yung line na Tito Boy, yes. And I agree.
Oo.
I'd
Ikaw,
rather
ikaw, Rob, di ba? I mean, I'd rather commit mistakes now than later.
I would
Oo.
love to make a mistake every time because you learn. You learn.
yes.
Yeah. And you learn to pick yourself up. And sabi nga ni Aling Oprah, when you fail, when you commit mistakes, it's just God's way of saying, take the other direction. You're not in the right direction. So nobody falls, nobody dies, nobody collapses because of one single mistake.
That's true.
And the biggest kind of success is actually a byproduct of a failure, of a mistake, Dapat pampalakas. It should be able to strengthen you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations on the movie. Congratulations on the movie. And muli, imbitahan niyo ang lahat before...
So much, Tito Boy. Thank you so much. Ako, sobrang saya po namin na gustong-gusto niyo yung pelikula. You keep
Oo nga
mentioning
po.
of the film, and you keep inviting
nga.
our viewers. Sobrang nakakataba po talaga ng puso. It's I can't believe that you love it. Thank you so much, Tito Boy. Once
That
again,
means a
guys,
lot.
please do watch A Girl and a Guy. You will not regret it. This is a movie for everyone, for every man and for every woman. And this is streaming now on upstream.ph, so you can get your tickets now and watch via the G Movies app. Yes.
Alexa, before Rob says anything, you're a beautiful face, you're a beautiful mind.
Thank
You have a gorgeous body. Alam mo yun, yung parang, I was watching this with my partner last night. I was saying, sana ganyan din ang katawan ko. Joke lang to, ha? Sana ganyan din. You are beautiful. I mean, for another interview, sabi ko namimiss ko yung in-person interviewing because, di ba, ang daming nuances, ang daming natin pwedeng pagkwentuhan, but let's make do with what we have.
Opo.
Yes.
This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Oo. Dadating at dadating din tayo. Rob, ikaw, imbitahan mo ang lahat sa inyong pelikula.
Okay. Guys, streaming now, A Girl and a Guy, directed by the great Matti, starring Alexa Miro and myself. Allow us to take you on this roller coaster we call life. Let me break your heart,
Oh,
build it up, and let me break it again.
Oh my God. Okay. I'd like to thank also Don Monteverde and Eric, of course, Matti, for making this possible, and Jojo Gabinete for making this possible. It was actually Jojo who
Yes.
gave me a call if I would want to do an
Jojo,
interview
thank
with the both of you. Maraming salamat. Ito lang. Alexa, you have a direct line to God. What would you tell her? What would you tell him
right now,
right now?
I trust you.
Rob, direct line to sa Panginoong Diyos. What would you tell God?
Thank you. Challenge me more.
Yeah. You have a direct line, Alexa, Rob, to your exes. What would you tell them? Alexa, ikaw.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but thank you for everything.
While Rob, ikaw, anong sasabihin mo? You have a direct line to your ex. What would you tell her?
Be smart, take care of yourself, and I'll see you at the top.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. You have a direct line to whoever is on top right now. What would you tell that person,
I'm
Rob?
coming.
You are
I'm
coming.
coming.
Ikaw,
I'm coming.
ikaw,
I'm
Alexa.
coming
You
in
have a
hot.
direct line to whoever is in charge of the top. What would you say?
Let's celebrate together when I get there.
Wow. And we shall all be watching. Alam nyo, in that last scene, I don't wanna spoil it, pero panoorin nyo po mga kaibigan yung huling eksena. Hindi ko talaga malilimutan yung kanta na mabuti pa ang lumang dyaryo ay yakap-yakap ang isda. Di tulad ko lagi na nag-iisa. Last question.
Isa.
Are you guys, at this point in your lives, afraid to be alone?
I was.
I was. Whoa! We always
But
finish
not anymore. But
we
not
always
anymore.
used to answer
we
at
always
the
finish
same
each
time or
other's
have the same
yeah.
mannerisms. This also happened to us
Yeah.
yesterday.
That's funny.
That means something. That's
Oh.
synchronicity. I wouldn't be surprised if one day
Maybe.
you guys get married because you can finish each other's sentences.
Sentences.
Diba? Maraming salamat.
Or just
Who knows
stay
who's
over
going
each
to
other.
be the
Parang ganun.
boy.
Rob, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
And
Maraming
Alexa,
salamat.
thank you. And may all your dreams come true.
Thank
May all
you
your dreams come
boy.
true.
Thank you so much. This was
That
a
means a
wonderful
lot. Thank you so
experience.
much.
And we hope we can meet you in person and make
Same
Chikahan
here.
Yeah.
in person.
Please.
And
Same here. And never be afraid to dive in fear to
To
that
dive in
space
fear.
of the unknown, because that's where God resides. That's where the magic happens. Maraming salamat.
That's right.
maraming
That's
maraming
Goodbye for now, and I will
Maraming
see you soon.
Thank you so much,
Salamat.
everyone. Thank you, Tito
Thank you
Boy.
very
So much love. Mwah.
Bye-bye.
It was great.
Bye.
It's our honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Maraming salamat. What a wonderful conversation. I look forward to meeting Rob and Alexa in person. But for now, thank you for eavesdropping. Thank you for being with us. Pasensya na po kayo sa aming mga technical problems kanina. Medyo may problema tayo sa internet. But maraming salamat. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Boy Abunda Talk channel. And stay healthy. Stay healthy. And thank you to my friends, Boys of La Carmela, the Barangay, Manila Bankers Life, Dr. Steve Mark Gunn of GAOC, and marami ko pang mga kaibigan, to Latif of Rana Pharmaceuticals. Cleanse Call is a new product that we will be introducing, and many others. I would just like to remind all of you, we have a short film that is that we will be showing on this channel. Ibabalita ho namin kung kailan, but I'm excited about this. Thank you. Stay blessed. Stay kind. Make your nanay proud. Goodbye for now. Hi, people of the Philippines and people of the world. Hit the button below, and you will be subscribing to the Boy Abunda Talk channel on YouTube. Let's keep talking.